Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. Wednesdays.
Hump day. Get that.
You already know
sushi.
what time it is. God damn it, man. We over here full whole cast. God damn it. All right, look. Let me go ahead and give you a rundown before we get down to the get down. All right, look, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. We're gonna have a few words about that. We are going to talk about a little bit about the UFC results, just a little bit. We're going to just skim across that. You know, a lot of contact sports that happened over this past weekend. We got an announcement from Chris containing a comedy show, which I'm not sure what the details are about, but we're going to get into that. Jonatan Taylor requested a trade and a little bit more of NFL news. I think NFL drought ends tomorrow, technically. Technically. You know, you heard our thoughts about that in the past. We might get into a little bit of training camp shit. Well, but we also got the either ors and the this day in sports, as well as our segment for the night. Whether you can be faithful to your sports team, or whether a sports team, being a fan of a sports
Cowboys
team
for the streets. No, I'm
it's like being in a relationship, which I have my own thoughts about, which we all have our unique opinions on. So, but without further ado, Chris, let's get a word from our sponsor here.
Oh, and I was on mute the whole time. Oh, yeah. And I just knocked the headphones out. This is not graceful.
Oh, it's going horrible, but you'll make it.
You gave me a perfect segue with opinions, so I thought you were coming into this and not this. No,
I'm giving you a pep talk. Go, Chris. Go, fight through. Go, Chris.
Yeah. We're just gonna go with this here.
Way to go,
you guys might know that I occasionally have some hot takes and controversial opinions, so I decided to write them all down into about a 1-hour comedy special. I'm going to say this was recorded live at the Hideaway, which is a little bar in our neighborhood here. But it's airing Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long. It's an audio special, about 42 different segments, everything from aliens, vaccines, JFK, Trump, freaking any controversial topic and subject throughout the history of man. Spoiler alert, all comes back to Operation Paperclip. But all the words you can't say and you're not supposed to say, we're going to spend about an hour and 10 minutes saying them.
Okay, I got a question, Chris.
Fire away.
Are you guys going to cover the real issue here? You know, they're over there trying to talk about the war and in Russia and all this AI shit and all the real shit that we need to be talking about. These goddamn orcas and killer whales out here with their coordinated attacks.
That shit is crazy.
Nah, that shit's real.
Like the animals are talking to us, and they're saying,
they gang it up.
You guys.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened over in Asia?
Well,
this was probably a couple years ago now, but a dog, a wild dog, because apparently somewhere in one of the Eastern Asian countries, I can't remember which one it was, but it's not entirely important. But the gist of it is there's wild dogs running around all over the place, and apparently wild monkeys run around all over the place.
I think I heard this wild
monkeys.
A dog killed a baby monkey, and a pack of monkeys went around town throwing puppies off of the rooftops and killing all the puppies in town.
Oh, it's real live war.
Yeah.
Did that just happen?
This happened a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, within the last few years.
Monkeys versus dogs? That sounds racist.
It wasn't the Philippines, but I know exactly what Chris is. I know what he's talking about because I heard the story too. Yeah, it was a war. It was like a turf war, and I think it's like another turf war with like otters and like other little sea creatures over in Japan. It's like it's crazy.
know
Dude.
sea lions,
animals
killer
fat enough.
whales. Ain't fucking
Yeah.
with us.
Oh, that's another thing happening out here. So, like along the California coastlines, there's a lot of sea lions, or as we call them, sea cows,
with shits.
that just lay out and sunbathe all day. And there's a couple pullover spots where you can take pictures of them. They've had enough. They're sick of having their pictures taken.
That motherfucker's mad now.
They've started chasing people and grunting at them and yelling at them. Nature has turned.
Yeah, man.
Nature ain't turned. Nature's going nature. See, that's why I tell people that love these animals like that. They don't give a fuck about you.
You see,
it's gonna be killed for them. We just around.
But no, Russell, you see
what they say, tiger's gone tiger.
You know, they see the shit in the Gulf of Texas where it's like it was a big like fucking swarm of like hundreds of thousands of sharks at the Gulf of Texas. So well, the Gulf of Mexico, but you know what I mean. You know the Texas, which is probably Texas coastline. So I was like, oh shit.
How many people got eaten?
I don't know, man, but the orcas called in reinforcements. That's what the fuck happened.
Damn, they came to the brown water?
Mm-hmm. They said, nah, we need unification for all the sea-like creatures to fight these motherfuckers. And that's what's going to happen.
The world's topsy-turvy. Got a lot of opinions on it. Friday at 6 p.m. That'll be when it goes out. After that, it'll be available on audio. People can watch it at any point in time. I'm going to transfer into the sponsorship now so you can come out of it with the next segment.
All right. Boom.
Bang out. Did Little Meech really have groceries?
What's good, everybody? Today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at Betstamp, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting for free. That's right, you heard me. Free. F-R-E-E. Free. All right? The same way travelers use Google Flights and Expedia to find the best prices, bettors now can use the same through the Betstamp app. When you place a bet, the odds are given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win. Even though you're betting at the same outcome, different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and the differences can be huge. We are talking thousands of dollars. But fortunately for you, the good people at Betstamp have your back, okay? So, Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbooks. You can click on any matchup and instantly see the different odds that the game gives you, game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. We can't tell you that this is a fucking game changer. What's good, everybody? Today.
Welcome back. So we're going to go ahead and get into our weekend recap before we get into this day in sports.
Fuck, I'm asking again. Did Little Meech have groceries?
Fucking hit dog.
Yeah, cakes.
Yeah, a lot of them, nigga.
Yeah, cakes. Somebody had groceries at that.
Somebody ate
them.
It wasn't no little diabetes either.
Nah, brother, it wasn't a little
diabetes. A lot of sugar in that water. Let's go.
Talking about that's his cousin.
Yeah,
she crippin'.
Tell you something, man. Look, cousin my ass, dog.
I'm not gonna do that to her on the live segment. So I'm not.
I'm just saying. You know,
you ain't passing the class with a D, man.
I'm just saying. Look. From what we seen,
gutter buck.
I mean, what we seen, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, you know.
And starting at center.
All right.
The preponderance of the evidence states that.
Yeah. But all right,
else and nothing else.
let's get into it, man. So
gutter buck. All right, let's get.
All right, look. So UFC results happened this past weekend. Justin Gaethje with a KO head kick over Dustin Poirier.
I didn't see the fight, but I saw the kick.
Oh yeah. What's my boy name? You know, I'm freestyling all this shit. My boy Derek Lewis went ahead, held it down for Texas.
He also then got some groceries after his fight, and he let it be proclaimed.
Yeah, he let it be known with the wild, with the pride.
Baby, I'm coming home.
Yeah, he did the whole
the primal rage.
He hit him with the DX and everything. Kevin Holland with the first round submission.
Can I say something that both of y'all are old enough to agree with me on this? The world was better when everybody ran around telling everybody else to suck it. It was a better place when everybody. Yeah. You turned the corner of school, the nigga was sitting there.
Wrestling represented very simple times, man. Just very simple times. Look,
Man.
Speaking of that, we'll be having our entries from one of each of us on the Sports Sushi website. Chris will be having his first one coming up. We will plug that towards the end of the show. And that will be our centerpiece around our topic next week. But also be on tune for the entries from all of us as well. Russell, Sterling, and myself.
How am I supposed to write when I don't know how to read?
All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight.
In the words of the great trainer of Apollo, throw in the towel.
All right, man. So look, if you haven't seen the fight, I'm pretty sure you heard of the fight. Bud Crawford has been receiving a lot of praise for putting on his performance, and Errol Spence has received a fair amount of criticism on his performance of the fight. But I just want to get you guys thoughts on before I ask you guys a question pertaining to the fight. So, what are you guys' thoughts initially after the fight?
How can Errol Spence ask for a rematch, bro? How you gonna ask for a rematch when you didn't get beat up? You got your ass beat. Like, bruh. Y'all remember Martin when he got beat up?
Yeah.
That's that nigga look like.
Yes, bro.
You can't ask for a rematch. You can't run it back. You can't run it back.
My baby love me. My baby love me.
Someone said that nigga Earl Daddy pulled up and said, "What I tell you about messing with these people?"
Yeah, I just look, man. Watching the fight, bro, it just looked like Crawford didn't even try. I mean, it's like he wasn't even trying, bro.
You have to.
And it went 9 rounds. It went not, so I give Errol, I give Spence like, okay, you lasted 9 rounds. It didn't have to last 9 rounds.
No, it didn't. And I've had this discussion, you know what I'm saying, like with a couple of my homies, like, as a fan and shit, like I'm like, yeah, nah, you don't want to face that again. As a person, no, he gonna get his rematch. So with that being said, I'm not gonna go about how smart of a decision that is because he's already made it. Shit, ain't nothing else you could do about it. Right. I will say the power discrepancy was crazy. I don't know about what 154 gonna do with that. I really don't know. But I do know if you hit somebody with an overhand right as hard as you can that normally knocks people out and he looks at you, goes, oh shit, and then jabs you, not cross, not hook, not uppercut, jabs you, I believe with his left hand, and he's not a southpaw, if I'm not mistaken, jabs you, and your face crushes underneath the pressure of the jab. And it literally sounds like on TV, someone busting a bag of chips and like crushing it in their hand. So like, but I think more or less than, Spence getting his ass beat and it being a lopsided fight, I think we saw like the dominance and the greatness of Bud. And so like anybody else that runs up on that guy, I think we're in an era right now where like he's writing his story for us to start to talk about like, yo, could a Floyd beat this dude? Because like he catch you, it hurts. Like Bud hits hard, like it hurts. Like he keeps his power at that size, and he's like 147, and like the fact that he hits that hard at 147, like realistically, Spence, yes, you walk around 175 and probably do need to go up to 154. But I believe if you give Bud Crawford that much power at that much weight, he might kill a man. Straight up, he might kill. The dude got hit 37 times in the body by probably the best body puncher in the business, in Errol Spence, because Errol Spence hits people in the body and wears them down throughout fights, and it did nothing to this man. It 37, like, and by the second round, his trainer was talking to him and looking at Errol Spence's eyes was like, "Bro, I ain't never been hit this fucking hard in my life. I just gotta survive. Like, I'm just trying not to end up like everybody else he's fought and end up knocked out. Like the ref is gonna have to stop it because I'm gonna get up every round. I don't want to be no Moss. Nobody wants to be no Moss. But like, nah, Bud beat the brakes off that man. But he's a superior fighter in every way.
So one of my questions was, not just to sit here, just ask the question. As I kind of looked at the articles and the clips from the fight, a lot of people kind of chimed in and felt like maybe Errol Spence stepped in the ring with the caliber fighter of this caliber. I know he had 2 fights prior to this since his accident, but they think that he might have stepped in too early with a fighter of this caliber since his accident. Maybe he should have recuperated a little longer.
Can I say something that's the truth but may sound like direct and like mean?
I know what you're gonna say.
Like, no, he was just fucked up. Like, bro, the fight, like, he got slung from a Ferrari going full speed that tumbled like twice, and then like short time after, someone stole his mom's car and he got hit again. Like, he's got neurological, he's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Another reason why he's going to take the fight, because he had he quote unquote has to. You know what I'm saying? To get his last bag. So like, to me, nah. Like, the longer he sits out, the worse he gonna be. Like, so when he does sign I think people got it mixed up because I don't think they're going to fight in December. I think he has a choice to sign the contract by December, which means they would fight, 6 months after that or something like that. So, like, I don't think he's going to fight in December. And if he does fight in December, Negro don't. That's, like, stupid. But, like, I think he's going to fight him again. But I don't think that any type of rest. He just messed up, bro. Like, he just messed up. And then on top of being messed up, I said earlier, he walk around at 175. That's 30 pounds, bro. That's 30. Imagine just 30 pounds lighter than you should be. Not like when you blow up, like offensive linemen, they blow up and then they get down to where they should be. Like, he should be walking around like 175. Like, he cuts it down to 147, so he loses a lot. You know what I'm saying? So on top of his body already going through whatever it's going through from having that kind of a wreck. That's why he looked high. He wasn't high, and he got neurological damage. He got glazed eyes. He's gonna have glazed eyes for the rest of his life.
Right. Or maybe he's just fine. He just got his ass whooped too.
No, right? I think he's capable. No, now that's where I don't want that.
Because like we're taking away from.
No. I'm not using that to take away from Bud at all. Two things can be true at once. You have a lot of damage, nigga, but you stepped in there and got your ass whooped. Like, that's period. There ain't no like, oh, you got your ass whooped because, and if anything that comes after because, it's because Bud Crawford is the shit and looking like the GOAT right now, not named Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And from what I've seen, if you don't like Floyd Mayweather shit, you either a hater or a racist.
There you go with that.
Yeah.
Hey, but ain't that?
Undefeated.
Ain't that the thing that people do that? And I'm not accusing y'all of doing that, but people do that in sports too much. Always got to make an excuse.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that in just a second. Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
Then other sports too, because before we get into everything else, after we cap this off, I got a little soapbox that I think Sterling's gonna want to hop on too. That I just want to say, like, before we get into football season, further in the basketball season, we got a couple more people watching us, and so I want to let this be known so they can rewind this shit and come back to it when they have a problem with something me, Sterling, or Boogie, or one of our viewers and commenters has to say, because we are going to be the podcast unless the people speak their motherfucking mind. But go ahead.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into this day in sports. I'm kind of curious.
Oh, well, shit. I'm kind
of curious.
I thought we had some more to talk about, but we're going to add first. You want me to go ahead and get to it?
No, we ain't going to ahead.
Oh, well, fuck it then. Okay, so I want to get into it real quick. So before we get into football season, we getting everything going and getting it popping. I want to say this because, like, with this new advent of old media and new media, and with the players you having a voice and people that didn't play having a voice and all that, I just want to let one thing be clear to all the athletes out there that were able to use their athletic ability to profit their lives in any type of way, whether it's getting a scholarship, whether it's going to another school, and whether it's going pro and making $300 million. James Harden, guys like you, all the way down to regular Joe Schmoes that use the motherfucking ball to get to a job. We are not fucking talking about life, bro. You won at life. You got that shit. You won at life. We're talking about why you can't win these motherfucking games. Because I'm tired of having this conversation that it always goes back to, and I always say you give people an inch, they take a mile. For years and years, we gave the media, a lot of guys in button-up suits, we gave them an inch and they took a mile bashing athletes. Now that athletes have this floor, it's like we can't talk about the bad things you do on the court because you won at life. No, we know you won at life. So let's just put all that shit aside. Congratulations. You got all your money, you got your family, you got everything taken care of. We're talking about why you can't win in the playoffs. We're talking about why your point average goes from 30 to 20. We're talking about why you have all these issues on the field, Dak Prescott. We're talking about why you can't beat San Francisco with the better team 2 years in a row. And the second year you played them, they didn't have a quarterback, or the quarterback they had was a beginner compared to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to defend Dak later in the show. But I want to get that out the way because I am sick and fucking tired of listening to athletes. Y'all heard me go off on the WNBA last week, and I'm going to do it this week again. Athletes, we do not give a fuck about what you got to say about your life and your millions that you have made because you won that shit, and we congratulate you. Period. We talking about the reasonings why you can't get the fucking job done. And all the athletes want to turn that into, well, I done this. We don't give a fuck about that. We know you done that. Clap, clap, nigga. Hit the 3 to win the game. Don't fumble. Catch the fucking ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't throw interceptions. Do the shit on the field. Because I want to get that clear because I'm going to say what the fuck I got to say. And I'm sick and tired of seeing people sit there and talk to people like, well, I shouldn't hear what you have to say because you wasn't out there with me. Hey, I don't got to be out there with you to let you know you played like shit. 2 for 12 from the field is shit. Throwing 3 interceptions in the game is shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that and if y'all want to piggyback off it, I just got to say my piece. We don't give a fuck. You won at life, win these motherfucking games.
Yeah, whatever Russ said, man. Fuck y'all.
It's not really fuck y'all. It's not, wait, hold up. Wait, no. Like, see, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? When you have blind followers, they just say, fuck y'all. I got to look back at the crowd. Hey, Boogie, we ain't. It's not fuck them.
I do not fuck y'all, but yeah.
It's not fuck them. I just want them to get that weak-ass argument out of all these debates, all of this shit. Like, oh, well, I won at life, and
I got more money than you.
Shit. Yeah, I got more money.
Gets old,
man. Duh, bro. I wouldn't be arguing you that. Like, fuck, I'm gonna go to, you know, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Real motherfucking quick.
Hey, but listen, we got to talk about Dak in the show.
We are.
Okay, good.
This is an NFL segment, but I think I got to stay in sports first.
Yeah.
So unless y'all want to piggyback.
No. Go ahead. We're gonna go
ahead and get into. All right. On this day in sports of 2012, American swimmer Michael Phelps won his unprecedented 3rd consecutive medal in the 200-meter individual medley in a 1 hour. What was? Oh, my bad. 1 minute, 1 hour. My bad. That's a long ass race. 1 minute 54 seconds, 27 milliseconds, whatever. At the London Olympics, ultimately, leading to his record-breaking number of 23 medals, arguably leading him to be the best Olympian ever. You can tag off that. Also, in this day in sports, 2009, he won another couple of trophies at a German Olympics, World Olympic Games. So, like, Michael Phelps, shout out to you. And you did it all while smoking weed. All
right. So we're going to go ahead and we'll get into the NFL portion of our show. We got a few topics we need to talk about here. But first, let's get into some training camp news here.
Let's go.
So training camp is underway now. A lot of injuries it's already done hit a couple of teams. You know,
we're going to get well soon.
Yeah,
I just made that up on the spot. Get well soon. Jalen Ramsey, we hope you get well soon. Joe Burrow, we hope you get well soon. Y'all got any others?
I forgot who else got injured.
Those are the important ones.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner. We can't use the word important.
Well, we can. We can.
And if we didn't mention you, step your game up because you're not a franchise player. But
notice I didn't say Naheem Hines.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Like, it's the truth.
Nobody cares. I mean, sadly, he's correct because once you get to working with your real life shit, we don't really care because it has nothing to do with us. Like we just care about what you do in between these lines. Jonatan Taylor, say, buddy, some things need to be done, but some things need to be done the right way. This ain't the way to do it.
Hold on. Well, Chris says Hines' injury saves the Bills from themselves. Speaking of, the Bills are, entertained with Dalvin Cook. He's out there still as well. So, there's still some people, to be had.
He's going to be a Jet. Is anybody really? Sterling, do you really think?
I think he could be a Dolphin. He could be a Dolphin. Well, just because he went on the trip to New Jersey, didn't come away with a contract. Like he was all about it, talking about, oh yeah, deal might get done, yada yada, and then nothing happens. And now, when you think about it, and I understand running back's the easiest position to play in the NFL by NFL standards, right? But you didn't come away with a contract. You're in training camp.
For those who might get mad about what Sterling says, look it up. But go ahead.
So the fact that they're in training camp, this is the biggest installation time for the offense. Like he hasn't played in this offense. So, I just think that I think that the offer that they gave him probably wasn't what he was expecting to get. That's why you see like Zeke out there, Leonard Fournette's out there.
I think Zeke coming back. I think Zeke going.
That's his only option, if you ask me.
Man, they just called Dak a bitch ass nigga in practice, man. We got if Zeke is here, that's not happening, bro. Like the offense looking mighty soft.
How?
But with that being said, though, our defense is some dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Are we on the Cowboys now?
We kind of got there. Unless y'all
want let's talk about the Cowboys. Yeah, let's talk about the Cowboys.
All right. First and foremost. The trolling of my guy Dak has got to stop, bro.
It don't.
It does. Like, all right. Wait.
He deserves it.
Wait. Okay, so for entertainment purposes, yes. You
don't hear me crying about people making fun of Josh Allen. Not saying you are.
To me, it's like it don't even make me mad. Okay, go ahead, have at it, because it is kind of funny. Because it's like you'll have CeeDee Lamb, he'll throw a dime to CeeDee Lamb in the corner of the end zone. He'll throw a dime to Michael Gallup, one hand catch. The moment he throws a fuck it, let me test my arm throw in a training camp, they own it. Ball hits a guy in the chest, bounce straight up, they own it, bro. Like he can't.
Let's give Dak a pass on that one. Because every quarterback throws interceptions in training camp, and that's where
it's a part of practice.
It's a part of it. Like, who knows? The wide receiver could have ran a bad route. You know what I'm saying? Even still, practice is the place where you're not supposed to fuck up. But like, if you're gonna try to rainbow a pass in the double coverage, that's where you do it.
That's where you do it. For all those people that don't get both sides of it, yes, it's funny. But if you really believe like this is gonna lead to the worst quarterback play ever, then you should go watch practice film of all your favorite quarterbacks, because that's where you practice the stuff that you do in game. You don't. Ooh, my bad.
Hey,
you don't just go in a game and just fucking try that shit. Like I'm gonna try it. Like you've done it in practice. My bad.
Unless you're Brett Favre, I feel like Brett Favre would go into a game and just try some shit.
That was Brett Favre's life. He just started trying shit.
But
he came out the womb and was like, I'm just gonna try it.
The slander on Dak in terms of his play, like he's a good quarterback. Like he balls out in the season. Now I'm not talking about he ain't, he's not when it matters most, he kind of falters.
He be choking for sure.
He be choking, but he's still a good quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback.
He's a top 10 quarterback.
That's fair to say. Fringe top 10. But still, he's a good quarterback. It's not like he's Baker Mayfield.
True, because he's about to lose a college try. I ain't gonna down that hill.
But hold on now, because I got Boogie. I've been waiting on this.
You better not lose the contract.
Listen. Oh, I'm not even talking about Baker. I'm talking about Dak.
Oh. Okay.
So this is how I want to approach this. So maybe let's not look at it from a football fan point of view, but let's look at it like some niggas. Okay, we some niggas. All right, let's talk about it like some niggas. Like we in a barbershop, we some niggas. Okay, here we go. How you gonna let Diggs call you a bitch ass nigga and you don't do shit? Like, let that sink in for a minute. Your star DB who just got paid gets in your face.
Can't say that.
He was Russell Wilson. Like, that's some shit you do to Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he got it out.
You let this man, and here's where it gets a little hairy for me. He calls you a bitch ass nigga, then he turns his back to you, and you just politely throw a football at him. No, nigga, I'm whooping your ass. Like, I'm coming for you. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that don't fly. Nobody
after all that.
That is, to me, that's telling. Now, on one hand, Dak is like the ultimate leader. But don't you think sometimes leadership can be to where you lose relevance to your teammates? You know what I'm saying? I think that's where he's lost. His teammates don't look at him like, that's a nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I think they don't look at him like that's that nigga. But that's because I think there's a bit of a changing of the guard. To me, what I heard when I heard that bitch ass nigga was, I got my contract. Micah gonna get his contract. This is a defensive team, and if your ass fuck up again, we're gonna have a rookie next year. We don't really give a fuck what you do. You need to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I love to hear from my defense, but I can't give Dak any passes because when Josh Norman tried that, Cam Newton hemmed his ass up and was like, "There's one thing we will not be doing out here today." And
right.
and not having your offensive lineman come to protect you.
Right.
I think, but here's one thing I will say. I think the defense is the leader of this team, and that's been snatched. So, like, I think when something like that happens, the defense is looking like, y'all do it or the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm an offensive lineman, if I'm an offensive lineman, I want to win, but I'm not going out there.
Now, don't let the Cowboys fandom.
Hold on, I'm not letting this slide. If that's how your defense is going to lead, that's how you end up at a house party with the fucking Cadillac SUV getting cut in half. You're two different fucking area codes.
They won their playoff game. And
no, your D can't lead like that, man.
Willie Bean was clutch as fuck, and they won their playoff game. They called Comanche, and he ran that home. What you talking about? I remember Comanche to the right. Comanche to the right. He what LL Cool J told him? LL Cool J told him, man, I hope he do the pitch, and he said, I'm gonna pitch that bitch like Preacher. Bam, into the end zone. The Sharks won the game. You know what I'm saying? And I imagine that Brad Johnson got called a bitch ass nigga many times when he played for the Bucks. I imagine that Mark Sanchez got called a bitch ass nigga and nigga times about the real reason.
I don't know. See, that's where it loses me because, like, you look at Kirk Cousins, right?
Okay, I got one for you.
You know what they got one for you. We were calling Kirk Thuggins. Go ahead.
Who's the person that you use? Because I know for a fact Cam Chancellor and then was calling Russell Wilson all sorts of bitch ass niggas, play the future in the background. We working this nigga and they won a Super Bowl.
But I'm gonna tell you
the
difference.
A defensive led team, a good defense don't give a fuck.
I'll tell you what the difference is. The Legion of Boom was already established. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are Hall of Fame level players. I feel like in a good sense. Hold on. Let me finish. In a good sense, the Cowboys, they're on their way. They have to they have more to prove defensively. You know what I'm saying? They got Gilmore. This is the year where they can, like, really cement themselves as we're a top 5 defense in the league, bar none. Top 3, even could be the top defense in the league if we're really talking about it. Like, I love what Mozzie Smith came out and said this week.
Yeah,
he goes, I want to hit people. I don't like football. I want to hit people. Yeah. Like, that's the kind of DNA you want. So it's like Dak has carried them to an extent. Like, and we only hear the good stuff about Dak's leadership, right, in the public eye.
True.
But for a player of Diggs' stature, he's just signed a $97 million contract. For him to say, you a bitch ass nigga, from a hood brother's point of view, that we fighting.
No. I completely,
That's all I'm saying.
No. I agree with that part. So I'm not saying that I absolve Dak in any way. I'm just saying that this defense is one that is going to do that. Now, how Dak answers, we have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, that's why I think Zeke needs to come back, because I do believe with Zeke on the team.
Too.
Stop. That's one thing he is not.
Bro.
That's one thing he is not. No. We are not gonna do that to Zeke on this podcast.
I just said it, nigga.
Well, you lied. You lied to everybody.
Zeke is a little bitch too.
No,
what the fuck is Zeke gonna do? So crop ass nigga.
I swear to God, Zeke, when it comes to this game of football, now I don't know about Zeke's throwing hands ability and all that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know nothing about that because I ain't seen him do it. I ain't go to
I can tell you who ain't.
But you know what? I ain't worried about that on the football field because I ain't paying you to fight.
He ain't that dude on the football field no more either.
Nigga, I bet you money no one wants to go head up in Oklahoma Grove with Zeke. Who want to go? Who wants to? Who's raising their hand? If that happens, as Zeke say, run the ball 5 times straight. We'll see which one of these motherfuckers want to hit.
How's that produced to like?
No, because I'm saying if you all right. So let's look at this. Let's look at this in like the grand scheme of things as a business, as everything else.
Even though we agree, good, by the way, because we be on them bills, so this feels real good.
So we agree because we agree of the overall premises.
Okay,
all of us, if someone was to call us a bitch ass nigga in a football type of atmosphere and get that aggressive, we would do something aggressive back. Now, I'm just saying from the big aspect of it being the Cowboys, Dak himself. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, not whatever you want to call him. He doesn't really have to respond. Now,
wait a second.
Now,
hold on. Not to be rude, but didn't that get beat up on a beach?
I think so. but that even that should let you know that no. Why would I put myself in a situation like this again? Obviously,
I'd rather do it with a helmet on, and a bunch of people gonna break it up.
But you know what? But I think Dak's thought process is like whatever, which we can think whatever we want. And I agree with you. We can think whatever we want, though. But I do believe that if Ezekiel Elliott's on that team, he's gonna be like, yeah, we may not get into a physical brawl, but coach, we run a goal line, and I want you to run every play at Trayvon now.
Okay,
and we're gonna see how tough he want to be when I'm running the ball because but what I said earlier, Cowboys looking at bringing him back because that comes to a point where like if you're like okay nigga you can fight but we ain't paying you to fight. If you want to fight, go in the ring. We paying you to be able to do this shit, so we gonna pass it to CD Lamb for the rest of the fucking practice and see what you got on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now Dak didn't do that either. You know what I'm saying? Because
no offensive lineman, Tyron Smith. Like
I don't really.
Like, somebody
see when it. I think when it's the same team. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just how I feel. I'm not gonna be mad at my offensive lineman for not attacking my $97 million guy I just signed because you can't touch him either. And honestly, I don't want you to though.
I ain't say beat him up.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. You know, but you know how it is football. You push him down, he messed something up, and so you know that's kind of like it's team on team. Dak, now I do believe because of what we saw Cam Newton do, like Dak could have at least been like, "Yo, this is not." You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. What my man from Oklahoma State say? I'm a man. Like, but
I'm 40.
I mean, I'm a man. But you know, I mean, I'm not happy Dak reacted the way he did. But I also feel like, man, that's team on team. And I'm glad my defense says that to the starting quarterback of the team.
There's a story.
I'm a defensive type of person though, when I like my team. So I like that from my I want my like when I heard stories about Rob Ninkovich and Richard Seymour and what's the older guy from the Patriots? Basically the Patriots, those super Laura Malloy, those super cold Patriots defenses, they would talk shit to Tom Brady like you ain't shit, bitch. Like we out here just like you, and he would torch their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he would answer. So like that's more what I'm looking for from Dak. Like Dak, I really don't care if you got hands. I don't care. I want to know if you can throw 40 touchdowns. Like I want you to light some people up when they make you mad.
I want you to know I like Dak, but that was some bitch ass nigga shit. Like last year training camp, Josh Allen got into it with Big Phillips, 97, right? And they went at it. Like you just want to. I just think in the NFL locker room, there's a couple positions that you need to see that dog. Yeah. Quarterback is one of them. And I think
maybe, every position is all of them.
And I know Dak is the kind of guy that takes the high road, or that's what is portrayed to us. And I believe that. Like, Dak's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? In those moments, so we're talking about an NFL locker room. I think maybe he's lost a little respect in the locker room. I think
they're tired of losing.
I think it's time to really talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
No, Sterling, you're right. No, we're tired of losing. Like, the reason why I sit back here and say, like, I can completely agree with you in the fact that, like, not seeing him do anything does worry me. But I'm just so glad that I have a defense that's so aggressive and dominant that's, like, doing that to their own offense, because I love that in defense. When you know a defense has taken the step that it needs to take, a step to dominance, when it is talking shit like that to its own offense.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, when it treats its own offense like some guys they don't know, that your defense is at that point. Like, your defense is there to where it's ready to handle its business. Like what I saw Josh Allen do last year. Yes. But we're tired of losing, so I can understand it. And like, all I want from Dak, I don't care if you fight back, bro. Throw touch. Be that your fight.
Sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. But again, if he fucks up again, this defense is gonna be the future. So
and the crazy thing about that is like we're in an era where defense isn't winning championships in the NFL. It's quarterback play, right? That's what's really.
I think it's gonna start to things go in cycles.
Yeah, and we have yet to see it flip yet, right? This could be the year, maybe. Who knows?
I don't think it's about like necessarily flipping.
We gotta move on.
Okay.
Huh?
I don't think
okay.
3 minutes. I don't think it's necessarily, and I think you might agree with this, Sterling. I don't think it's necessarily flipping like which one's better, but I think that that's the battle that's going to be had. Like if you're going to throw it 50 times a game, I'm going to put 11 guys out there that can take it at least 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how much, no matter what happens in football, it's going to be football. And so a turnover is going to do what it does for the end of time. A turnover is going to fuck you for the end of time. So, but I think it's going to be more or less of if I build a super defense, we're going to get that ball off your quarterback.
Yeah, and maybe that's like the perfect compliment to the Cowboys' offense at Dak Prescott until he can develop some sort of clutch gene. Maybe the defense comes in clutch for y'all this year. Like,
yeah, I think he's got to play the Troyman way, which some may say Russ. Like Troyman's a 3 Super Bowl winner, but Troyman just did everything right. I'm gonna hand this bitch off. I'm gonna throw it to Mike when needed to. You want me to go deep? I'm gonna make sure it's an accurate deep ball, and I'm gonna let this defense play this game.
I hope that's the case.
Right. Shit, you.
He said you.
Jesus.
All right, so like we were saying earlier in the show, we got football coming back tomorrow, Hall of Fame game, Cleveland Browns and the Packers or the Jets? I forgot.
The Jets.
It's the Jets. Yeah, it's Rodgers.
He ain't playing though. Zachary.
He ain't gonna play. So
Milf Hunter.
All we're gonna see is the second string and beyond, and as Russ say, some guys is gonna be selling insurance.
This is selling insurance, real estate. This is USFL versus XFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Security guards. I forgot security guards because most security guards used to play DL, D-line, O-line, tight end. But yeah. But hey, someone trying to get a job, if it's your team, shit, watch it happen. If you're a football junkie, you know what I'm saying, like most of us are, you're probably going to watch the kickoff and turn it off. But, this lets us know football is back. We got 30 days to the first Oklahoma game. I don't know how many days it is to y'all loser-ass programs play. But, it's 30. I can't say shit to Boogie. I'm just talking shit. He gets Georgia. I hate you. But yeah, football's getting back in that swing. The Hall of Fame game is this type of beginning of August is always the first hit of that football fix.
Mm-hmm. Good old smell of football, man. Fall is on the horizon. All right. But yeah, we ain't really degenerates, but we're going to go ahead and go over to our Betstamp segment.
I mean,
we didn't make no picks last week, though.
We didn't.
But, football back, man. And,
who was undefeated?
These picks, they about to be rolling in, goddamn it. So I ain't going to go ahead. I'm not going to go ahead and be the guy that bets on the Hall of Fame game. I want to be the guy, but
I'm here to support the person who does. And if you do bet on the Hall of Fame game, please call 1-800-GAMBLER if you got a problem. If not, and if you're just doing it for fun, fuck it. Let's pick these games. What's up, Chris?
What we got? You're muted, Chris.
You are muted.
You're muted.
There you go.
Muted again.
All right. Don't worry.
Now that football's finally on the board here, as sad as it is with preseason, I think you guys should be pretty proud that we've been pushing through the offseason of every sport here, and you guys still accumulated a 23-13 betting record here. 22-13.
So I last week.
I expect that that ratio to get much higher now that we're moving into the sport that most of us are actually comfortable with picking spreads against. So who wants to go first today? Anybody want to get the Betstamp plug first here while I'm pulling up the odds?
Betstamp, man, you always go ahead and bet with Betstamp. Use the sports code Sushi whenever you're logging in and you're signing in. If you always forget, you can always go back and do it again. Betstamp users always generally sometimes get about an average $1,000 a yearly bet with Betstamp with the lines, line shopping shit and stuff like that. But hey man, always remember, line shop Betstamp, baby, hold on, Doc. You know what I'm saying? H-time, baby, hold it down.
This is also the re-upping on the account season. So everyone's getting their sports books ready. They're getting their accounts built up for the season.
Let's going down.
Betstamp app / Sushi. It'll give you discounts on and cash back on any of the books that you sign up in there.
You know,
use that code.
Just tell them, hey, guy, just tell them you know I know. Bottom line, like your last bit of cocaine, baby. You know, go to Betstamp, put in sushi. Go to Betstamp, put in sushi, get your bets on. You know, and again, if you got any types of problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. If not, get on this Betstamp, get your lines right, and let's get it.
Right, baby. So here's my suggestion on how we should attack the sushi bets segment for this week. I think each of you should have to take something with this preseason game. So all 3 picks of the preseason game, and you guys figure out which order you go, but you can't take the same pick or bet against each other.
I'll go last. They got any props?
I don't think we have any props yet.
Okay, don't worry about it then. We good. All right, come on. Let's go. What's up, Sterling?
I'm going to take the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets with the spread.
Jets in 1.5.
Yep.
Locked in.
And I'll tell you why. Because Zach Wilson's going to be playing, you know, at least the first couple quarters, right?
Yeah.
Because he ain't shit. So,
but he's playing against backups.
Right. So Zach Wilson ain't shit against Cleveland's ain't shit. I'm going to take the Jets every time on that.
That shit makes sense.
USFL versus XFL, baby. Because half these players in this game going to be playing in the USFL or XFL. But that's real talk. Go ahead, Boogie, though.
All right, so we got a bet with – okay, so let's see.
You could take the money line. You could take the over. You could take the under.
I am going to take the what's the point line here at 33? I'm gonna take the under. I think it's gonna be under 33.
That's a good choice in the preseason.
Yeah.
A lot of
they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, Boogie took mine, and so let me see. So we got the. You know what? I, for one, happen to think that the under is a very good pick, but as a bettor, especially in football, I believe that you never bet the under because who wants to bet for people not to score? Give me the over 33. We're going to watch some fireworks from these bums, and they about to get it in.
But you're betting against yourself there because Boogie's on the same team. And
but I mean, that means we break even. So basically, you're going to say, Russell, we're going to force you to bet the money line.
Yep. Pick a winner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pick a winner. You want to go last.
Right. You're right. Give me the Browns.
All right. You know, you're still kind of betting against the house here, unless the Jets, the Browns. Well, I don't think both of you can win if you take.
What the fuck you want me to do? Okay, Chris, what's my bet?
Yeah, he only has one option.
I'll lock it in.
I feel like when you go to McDonald's, like, I want a Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper broke. I want a Sprite broke. I want a Coke. The Coke broke. Well, shit, motherfucker, what work? We only got high C right now.
Well, it's not broke. You're just being
give me high C.
coaxed over to the high C.
Just give me the high C, goddamn it.
That's all y'all got. It's trying to go to the bank. You're gonna take the interest rate.
Yeah, you can apply for as much as you want, but we're only giving you $5,000. Like shit, come on, like shit.
All right, we've got it all locked in. Betstamp.app.
Yeah, obviously I have mine locked in from once I said I'll go last. God damn it.
By default, man. By default, bro.
I got the default pick. I'm never going last again, by the way.
No, it's nice. Keep going. It's hilarious.
Then Chris disappeared. And I watch this, y'all. I bet you. If mine loses next week, he gonna give me shit. He gonna let Russ pick the loser.
I mean, you really can't because it's like, no, you technically didn't do it.
That's hilarious.
But this is something that we can do either or time, baby. Go ahead, finish your beer, hit the dance.
All right, that was the last bit of bang. You know what I'm saying? Spirit fingers, motherfuckers. I got the either or. It's gonna be Brian Dawkins or Cam Chancellor. You already know what it is. You got a safety. You don't know the other positions, but you got to fill this strong safety position. Who you got?
Brian Dawkins.
Yeah. And can I say
I love Cam Chancellor though.
Can I say?
I like to hear why. I like to hear why. I got
okay, so
picking these sweeps. Damn it.
So
I'm about to pick Cam Chancellor just because.
Yeah, you typically I pick the but when Cam played his career in Seattle, he was around three other greats. I mean, not greats, but he was on two other greats. Debatably, one other good guy, and Brandon Browner. However you want to go ahead.
Earl Thomas.
He had Earl Thomas, who was great, and he had Richard Sherman. So he had a great supporting cast, and even though that they had a litany of good players around Brian Dawkins in Philly, he still was, a great player when he went to Denver. And I know he played, with John Lynch for a little time over there. But I think that I'm gonna always go with Brian Dawkins because of his level of intensity, dog. And he was just a fucking
bro. The battle roll.
Yeah. Weapon X.
I want him to see his soul in his eyes. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he was insane. But what I like about Dawkins is like he was a complete safety. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of pass coverage, being able to play in the box. Cam Chancellor was really good in the box. But Cam Chancellor is not as good in pass coverage as Brian Dawkins was. Cam Chancellor could play in pass coverage, but he wasn't as good.
I'm gonna rebuttal that because I'm gonna go with Cam Chancellor on this one just to show him some love and fuck the Eagles.
Okay,
respectable.
Why would we even?
Yes, if he was a Falcon, a Panther, and if he was a Dolphin or a Patriot, I would expect the same.
It pains you to say the Eagles.
Yeah.
Philly,
yes,
anything.
So just don't say Philly. So just
Philly's trash.
It's like he automatically has to say that.
Yeah, forever and ever and a day. Philly's trash. I mean, Joel Embiid wouldn't be.
That's why I appreciate the Dallas and Philly rivalry.
Bro, it's not a diss record. It's the fucking truth. Philly's trash, bro. Like all their players want to leave. Like they be like, hey, I'm in Philly. Soon as the trade come up, I can play somewhere else. I can leave this motherfucker at any time if y'all really want me to. Their fans are shit. Their fans are boo-boo. I mean, I love a couple of there's two Philly fans that I actually have a lot of love for, but the rest of their fans is shit. They treat their players like shit. But be that as it may, give me Cam Chancellor, not only because fuck the Eagles, but also because he is what we wanted Roy Williams to be. A man that when you say you don't have pass coverage, he can look you in your eyes and say, you touch that ball, I'm going to fucking kill you. So catch it if you want to. And, like, he meant that shit. He was the Boom in the Legion of Boom.
He played prison ball.
And you know what? At his time, it was legal. So I give it to him. Because at his time, and I want to give this to all those, like the Roy Williams, the Cam Chancellors, the Ronnie Lotts, the Bob Sanders. Like, there was a time in football that if you're a strong safety, we don't care if you have superior pass skills. We don't. Our free safety got those. You're here to fuck a motherfucker up. Period. Like, you're here to blow some shit up. So I give it to Cam Chancellor in the simple fact that when it comes to the Legion of Boom, he was the Boom. I mean, of course, we love Earl Thomas was awesome, but they called them and so was Sherman. And so was Bennett and Wagner and the other guys on that defense, and they were all good. But the reason why you feared them and you saw the fall off when he left, it was because if you catch the ball, number 31 is going to come try to kill you. You don't know where he's coming from. Number 29 is going to try to intercept the ball, but you still safe. Earl may hit you, but he wants to get his stats. Earl going to try to pick that ball off before he try to kill you. Cam did not give a fuck. Cam is like, fucking interception. Fuck all this other shit, bro. I'm trying to knock a nigga head off. Yeah, in the words of the great American poet, Lil Jon and his East Side Boys.
I got to say this. Now, the fear factor is definitely true, but I think that Dawkins was feared in his own right, bro. Like
he was.
Don't forget, he suplexed the nigga in mid-game. German suplexed him.
No, I'm not taking away from him.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just saying it's like, but that even hearing that, I still got to go and stick with.
Can I ask y'all a question? Because this goes into why I believe that Cam Chancellor was one to be feared a slight bit more. You started the debate with saying that we all know that Cam Chancellor had better players around him, and we all know that Dawkins did not. Dawkins had to do more, which means Dawkins could not focus on what he loved to do the most.
But he did
Cam,
he did both excellently.
No. I'm saying he did both excellently, but what we see is when you have other players around you, and a guy like Cam Chancellor is, you get to that bowl because all he got to focus on is being a minute. I believe that's what the strong safety is.
Yeah.
Matt Schroer says Cam had an amazing career, but comparison to B-Doc is blasphemy.
I don't think so.
One will get into the Hall of Fame, one will not.
Hold on. Bring this comment up on.
Cam Chancellor's not getting to the Hall of Fame.
All right, so Matt Schroer says Cam was a box safety, no disrespect to B-Doc. He said, but B-Doc ran the field. Cam was able to play freely because of the DBs around him. So yeah, I mean, and that's the same thing I was saying.
That's the comparison I make, though. So I mean, B. Dawkins is a name. I'm trying to look up their side by side comparison because B. Dawkins is a name that when you hear it, people are like, oh, yeah. But I believe you look at them side by. Let me look up I gotta look up their side by sides, but I don't think Cam is that far off.
All right. Just go
ahead. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna find it. Y'all go ahead.
In the computer.
I'm doing it.
But Brian Dawkins suplexed nigga, man. When I seen that shit, I was like, yeah, this
no, he did.
Motherfucker tried to run away. He said, was it James Thrash? I forgot who it was. It was somebody from the Reds.
Now that don't count. Todd Pinkston and James Thrash were two of the weakest receivers to ever fucking play in the NFL.
Well,
I might as well have been playing. Shit, I could have ducked out the way of hits when they came my way.
Yeah, that was the alligator arm bros. That's what I called them.
Dawkins was a 5-time All-Pro safety, bro. He played.
I'm not saying he did.
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm just stating what he was.
Do you have the side by sides?
No, I don't have the side by sides, but he played 16 years in the league, man. That's impressive. That's impressive. 37 picks in his career.
How many sacks he got?
Sacks, he has
TFLs.
In his career, he's got 26 sacks.
TFLs.
Tackles for loss, he's got total 59 in his career. He's got forced fumbles. He has 36 forced fumbles. Let's see what else is relevant. Pass defense, defended 153 in his career. I mean, for a safety to play 16 years, that's just impressive in and of itself.
No, that's very.
But he 37. I said 37 picks in his career. Defensive touchdowns. I think he got 2. Yeah, 2 defensive touchdowns. Hey man, and tackles. Let's see, tackles. He averaged about at least 70 tackles a season. When you average it out, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You got the numbers for Cam. Russ got he got the computer squinty eyes.
I can find it. I can get it.
I'm trying to get their best seasons.
You trying to compare the best seasons side by side?
I mean, because he played 16 years, so if you go by
you can't go by total.
He's gonna have more totals. You know what I'm saying? All around, because Cam Chancellor played 7 years, but his 7 years, I think he is Hall of Fame worthy. His 7 years, he was the leader. We talk about all the guys we want to say were better, but he was the leader of possibly a top 5 defense that we've ever seen play. He won a championship.
So was Brian Dawkins?
No, he hasn't.
Brian Dawkins was the leader of his defense?
No, I thought you said won a championship. I was saying, but I'm saying he took that style. So the style that Brian Dawkins played, that physical style, he was able to win with it. Yes, he had players around him, but so does everybody else.
All right, I got the stats. I got the stats here already. Now he only played
7 years.
7 years, right? He was a 2-time All-Pro. He had 12 interceptions in his career, 607 tackles. He has some pretty good tackle seasons. He had 17 tackles for loss. How many sacks? He's got 2 sacks on his career.
So let's
0 touchdowns. I mean, when you side by side this, it doesn't even compare.
No, it doesn't compare because the amount of years played.
I mean,
by the other. So if you want to tell me Brian Dawkins is better because
Brian
he
Dawkins
played more,
7 best seasons and Cam's 5 best seasons and Dawkins 5 best seasons, Dawkins is winning that.
Do you have him?
Sure, we can look at him. So
I'm saying like
we can.
I would want to look at that because if you look at it as if we could take that, we could also take it to the account. Okay, let's say he played double the amount of time, so split Brian Dawkins shit in half, or go take, like you said, go take his 5 best years or his 5 best years versus Cam's 5 best years, because the longevity thing, if we could sit here and people could talk shit about Brian being longevity, then I'm not going to sit here and take a longevity argument. And to answer Matthew, who said he's a box safety. He's a box safety because that's what he was told. That's what he was built to play, and he did his job very well. If he didn't have Earl Thomas, he didn't have. I'm not going to speak in hypotheticals.
No.
You know so he had Earl Thomas, so he was able to freely do what he needed to do.
Cam didn't. That wasn't Cam's strong suit. Was pass coverage. Like that wasn't. He's a 6'3", 200 and something pound safety. Like that was never going to be his calling card. He's an extremely athletic linebacker who had some balls, like some.
He had a lot of he had excellent ball skills, bro. He did not. Bro, if you are called on your off, if your defense does not call for you to play, why would you do it?
Why in that defense? Why was Earl Thomas single high and Cam played in the box?
Because Earl Thomas.
Hold on, let me go somewhere with this.
Well, you asked the question.
If you look at teams that have safeties, like the Bills, for instance, you got Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. They both do both very well. You can mix and match them, but you never saw Cam in single high much at all, because that just wasn't his thing. He's better in the box.
But why? Okay, that's your question. Away from his game. Can I ask you a question? Why the hell would you put him in a single high if you got Earl?
Because you want to diversify your looks. You can't
you don't want to diversify. That's why they won the Super Bowl and these other teams lose. You don't want to diversify your looks.
On that
because
you're wrong on that
one. No, I'm not. Because
NFL defense is about multiplicity. You can't just line up the same way every time.
No. The first, and then they lined up in cover 3 damn near every time and mauled motherfuckers.
And who was the single high safety?
Earl.
Why?
Because Earl is better at coverage than everybody.
That's my point.
No. Not just Cam. Every fucking body.
Richard Sherman has something to say about that.
No, I'm talking about free safeties, bro. I'm talking about safeties. Oh. You're talking about a corner. Please name me.
Why are you arguing that?
No, I'm saying because when we use the argument, you didn't play single high. It's because I didn't have to. Why would I? If I go into that's why football teams fuck up. Why would I diversify if I have the dude behind me and Earl Thomas that's got it handled? It don't matter if your defense knows Earl Thomas is back there. He got that shit. Why the fuck would I sit here and say to show everybody else that I can play in the field? I'm gonna go and move back. No. And to that point, why would you move Earl up in the box? That makes no sense. Like that's okay.
In the box.
No, I'm saying, why would you do that on a regular?
All right, so Matthew Sherrod says Cam is what y'all Cowboys wanted Roy Williams to be and what Bob Sanders was for 2 seasons.
No, but that's the whole.
This comparison is outrageous. He says, "I'll call you tonight."
You can call me tonight, and you can fill me with
So can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? I just pulled up a scouting report.
No, because Troy P is better than Dawkins
on Cam
in every facet of the game.
You ready for this?
Troy P is better. There's only one safety that fuck with Troy P. That's why it's not.
This is not me. This is not my opinion. Okay, I pulled it up. The first thing it says: coverage skills are lacking. Does not look fluid when he needs to turn and run with the receiver. Speed is marginal. primarily played free safety in college, but will need to move to strong safety at the next level due to his size and lack of coverage skills. That's the scouting report before every
I'm talking about okay. And when you get out there on that field, what Cam say? Catch that bitch. Watch what happens.
I'm just saying.
No, it's exactly. No, I said what Matthew said is correct because I said that he is what we wanted Roy Williams to be and what Bob Sanders was. If you have the ability in that time frame of that type of football, if you have the ability to knock the ball out, we did not care about your coverage skills. We did not care because you're knocking the ball out. You're able to hit somebody when they're not looking and knock that bitch out. We did not care about, he can't cover, so he can hit somebody and he gonna knock the ball. And that's what he did. And I'm not saying that because like, that's what we wanted. That's what players like him did.
We have to move on. 3 minutes. So, to read what Matt was saying was so he's been a box safety since his VTech days in the 3-3-5. They won a bowl playing the best cover 3 we've seen. Cam ran the curl to flat like a dog.
Yeah, Cam was dope.
I'm just saying I'm not gonna I don't take away from players when they play with other players that can do certain things, bro. Like, and if you're playing with a guy like Earl Thomas and you're playing with a guy like Richard Sherman and your best ability is knocking heads off, I'm not gonna put you in one.
Well, and I think that's why I'm not. That's why you draft Cam Chancellor. Like when you got Earl, like they know Earl, he's going to.
Who's drafted first?
Let's see.
I think Earl was drafted first, wasn't he?
I don't know. I would assume, but I don't know.
I think Earl was 09, right?
Yeah,
but you're right though. You're right.
Cam was 2010.
But you're right.
You know
you get a guy that can cover. You're going to get a guy that can in this time frame. We're not talking about now, but in this time frame, your free safety does the covering, and your strong safety knocks heads off.
Yeah.
But he's good. He's great. I love Cam Chancellor. I'll never forget the Super Bowl against the Broncos where he hit Demaryius Thomas and it changed the whole course of the game. Once he hit him over the middle, they didn't want to play no more.
I was actually at the bar with Russell.
We were.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, I remember I had like
I forgot what it was.
A fresh jalapeno Philly cheesesteak. Oh Jesus!
Where was we?
I don't remember. I just remember I knew the guy that was I knew the guy that knew the guy, and I knew the guy that owned the place. Actually, I didn't know I knew the guy that owned the place, but it was this Arabian dude. But anyways, good times. I do remember that bar though. That was a hot ass sandwich though. He warned me it was a hot ass sandwich, which is good Philly cheesesteak. But my point being is just that he was great at what he did, but you can't compare it to a field general. But that's my point, bro. Like, who was the leader of the LOB? Everybody says it was Richard Sherman, but it wasn't. It was Cam Chancellor.
It was the mouthpiece.
No, but I'm saying no. But the leader of LOB, when we thought about them in their prime, LOB,
Richard
Sherman. For me, it was Cam, bro. Swear to God, y'all gonna say Russell, you're full of shit. But every time I watched them play, I was like, 31 is the
so let's say
king of that shit. Like he may be the mouth.
Rank the Legion of Boom members right now. 1 to 3.
Cam, Earl, Sherman, Wagner.
Browner.
Well, no, I'm talking about the DB.
Get out of here with that Browner shit.
I'm talking about the secondary. Just 1 to 3. Just give us the 1 to 3, then we got to move on.
Oh well, yeah, that's my 1 to 3. You got Earl. I mean, yeah, you got Cam. I'm sorry, Cam, Earl, because Earl was the best athlete. But you got Cam, Earl, and then you got Sherman.
What you got, Sterling?
Sherman. I would say Earl, then Cam.
I mean, hey, man, look, I agree with Sterling on that one. That's how I always felt. That's how I always felt. But because I think that Thomas was just a better safety than Cam.
Y'all boys is killing me with the Sherman. All right, go ahead, bro.
Why you hate Richard Sherman?
I don't hate Richard Sherman. I just know what he was.
What was he?
He was a great cover 3 zone safety. But once Earl was gone, once Cam was gone, it wasn't no fly zone.
All right, look, we got to go ahead. We got to move on.
It wasn't.
We got to move on.
I will give y'all Earl because Earl was the best player on that defense. He was the most talented. Okay. Oh shit, my bad. He was the most talented on that defense. But as far as when you heard Legion of Boom, that was Cam Chancellor. Because when Cam Chancellor left, that shit, they didn't do no more winning like that, bro. They had all the rest, and when Cam Chancellor left, they stopped winning.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to our segment to close us out for the night. So I peruse the internet just like everyone else. We all know the internet is a vast, wild wilderness of things. And one of the things that I came across was that the trend that's going on now is that if that men can't do anything without being accused of being gay or something like that. So one of the things the girl was saying was that a grown man wearing another man's practice jersey is just wild to me, and I was like, "What?" And so argument ensued. Argument ensued in the the conversations, and people are like, they just mad because men be more committed to their sports teams and then their relationships. I was like, well, can you even be in a relationship with a sports team? And the more I think about it, the more it becomes to an answer like, yeah, you can. So you are like, niggas will fight over they sports teams. Okay,
I won't after so long, but
but at one point in your life, yeah, you
Dak Prescott won't.
Yeah, I ain't fighting for a nigga that won't fight for himself. I ain't fighting for this. I can only go so far. Like, you ain't gonna fight for yourself. I ain't gonna. Cowboy Sutton. All right, nigga.
You gotta think about
it. My nigga, my quarterback ain't gonna fight for this star, nigga. I'm not.
Yeah. Like, you gotta think about it, man. Like,
my quarterback ain't gonna fight for his name, nigga, let alone the star. Dak might run.
How you gonna fight for me?
Dak might run. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. The square business.
But no, man, like, a lot of fan bases be fucked up too, dog. Like, they be in an abusive relationship over
here. You gotta act more like me. Stop loving these teams like that. You can get your ass beat over the Raiders, my nigga. You can get your ass beat over Virginia Tech, cuz? Like, what?
You get shot of Raiders.
Yo,
I'm just saying, but they like 2-12. Like, them niggas be trash. Like, what you? Like, I realized that at a young age. I done seen guys getting like big altercations over sports teams.
For sure.
And I look up and I say, bro, like, I used to say this. Niggas be like, bro, them niggas ain't buying you Christmas gifts. They don't know you. Like, what the fuck am I gonna? What am I gonna fight somebody because of what Dak's doing? Nigga, Dak, handle your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I root for you. Fair. It's fun. But so y'all about to know where my answer lies about my relationship with my sports team. These niggas for the streets, but
yeah,
we can.
Okay, so my thing is that and there was and we always said that Russell is like the model Dallas Cowboy fans, but y'all all need to strive to be like. But there was one fan, Dallas Cowboy fan, who named his son Dallas Cowboys, and he was very emotional about it. That was a clip that I seen that I did not believe was real. I thought it was just like people doing shit for the internet, but I think it was real, and I was like, damn, bro, like y'all really really be going the extra mile for your squad.
Fan is short for fanatic. These motherfuckers crazy, bro.
Man,
they live and die by this shit. Unfortunately.
So, and I sit there and I think about it. When I thought about it, I said, well, what about the motherfuckers that like multiple teams? Like Russ likes Oklahoma and Indiana. Does that mean that if being a fan of a team is
players have two bitches?
Hey man, that's what I'm saying. Hey,
players have four bitches.
They got side hoes. I mean, shit.
But there's tiers to it.
It is tiers. Okay.
Like,
there is.
I believe you can only have one NFL team. You can't have two NFL teams.
You know what? Now, here's how I feel about that. I'll let you go first.
No. Because like you hear people who like two NFL teams, and I'm like, yo, like you ain't real.
Now I will say this because I like two NFL teams. Like so. In the beginning, it was
Boogie said, "I got two bitches like Lou Will. Yeah, we're gonna party. But the Saints and the Texans are with me. So, we came together.
So up until about 2002, 2003, I never really had a team that I settled on because I was more a fan of players. I always tell people this.
I was just about to get into that. Yeah,
I was a fan of the sport of football before I was a fan of any team. I played football. I did my run with football, and I still watched it and I still enjoyed it. But I just never had a favorite team, until around around time where I had to, kind of, find a squad, to kind of, plant my flag with. And I
know what happened. I tell people what happened.
It was, to me, when we talked about it in the show, it was the fucking, Kyle Turley incident where he ripped the helmet off.
I remember that.
And that's what I was like, I like this. I like this guy.
I like these. I like these guys.
I like these guys. So, and that is what kind of, made me, like the Saints and, root for the Saints. And, I'm a native of Louisiana as well. So boom. Now with the Texans is this. For a while, we never had a football team, since the Oilers left. And for me to kind of sit here and soak up a lot of football, you learn about this team. I'm around this team since they were, invented. They since 2002. I've been around. I've seen them grow. I've seen them compete. I've seen them fucking suck. I've seen them, make mistakes. I've seen them, which so it's kind of a, I see you, what I'm saying? I see you growing up and shit like that.
I'm proud.
I'm proud, what I'm saying? So I do like to see that, that team actually, do good, man. But that's why I always say that I got two teams, is that and the Texans. But as far as outside of that, I can't have two teams in the same conference because that doesn't make sense. And another thing is that they always end up playing around my birthday. And that's another thing, and I always go to the games neutral as hell. Just like if your two hoes are fighting in public, you ain't gonna want to go ahead and be out there like, hey, I'm over here. Nah, man, I ain't wearing no paraphernalia. I'm blending in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'm a face in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Why my whole fighting over me? I ain't trying to sit there and have a face out there. No,
go home and win.
Yeah, shit.
I'm going to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a face in the crowd. So.
Oh shit.
I cheat on my team.
No, I like if. And I do like Indiana basketball, but I always tell people a lot of times when we talk, when I talk college ball, I always say I don't have a favorite college football team. I mean basketball team. Because to me, if you like multiple teams, you just a fan of the sport, bro. You know what I'm saying? Multiple as in 3, 4 more. Because college basketball, I like Duke, I like Kansas, I like Indiana, I like Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get into too much of the shit talk there. I think that's where, to me, it draws the line. If you're gonna talk shit, you better plant your flag and leave it planted. So I have one rule: don't be a fair weather fan. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but if you come to me with that simple ass shit I like winners, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want to hear you talk shit about my team or anybody else's team because you're not putting yourself in a position to have shit talk to you back. That one, and then there's the fans that are like, yo, man, I just root against your team. Nah, pick a team, even if it's two. And then there's another case where I say it's okay for you to pick a team and a player. Because, sometimes, growing up, I love the Mavericks, bro, but T-Mac was my guy. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I like them both, so I rooted for them both. But here's the end all be all. And I asked Boogie this question because Sterling, we pretty much have our flags planted where we like them. If the Texans and the Saints play,
they are playing this season.
No. I mean, when they play, let's just say someone had a gun to your head and say you got to pick a team to win, and if that team you pick wins, well, I don't want to say gun to your head because then you go pick the better team. Yeah. If they said if someone puts there's no winning involved. If someone puts a gun to your head and said you got to pick one jersey, one team, and you got to root for that team for here and on out, I don't care who wins. I'm gonna shoot you in the head if you wear another double jersey again. Pick one. Who you picking?
You gotta pick right now.
You gotta pick right now. This is gonna make sense in a second because this is how I pick my teams. But no matter what, win or lose, you gotta pick this team. This is your team. Otherwise, I'm gonna shoot you in the head right now. Pick a team.
Okay, well, if it's in this situation, it doesn't really affect me because all I have to do is just pick a team. So I'll just name a team.
But but I'm saying you got to ride with this team.
Look at trying to be Switzerland right now.
Yeah. He is. It's hard. It's hard. Hey, Sterling, it's harder than it looks.
It's not as hard because
Russ. Hold up, though, Russ. What I asked him when we got into I said, "Hey, look, who you picking for your Mad Squad?"
Bruh.
Saints.
Yeah.
Yep. No, so is
and,
that the
and
answer?
there's a reason behind that though, and the reason is that our boy Rodney always picks the Texans, and that's just
okay. Context matters.
Rodney always picks the Texans.
But
and it's not that I didn't want to, like, because this past season I wanted to run it with him, but Rodney ended up buying the game, so I was.
Chris the same way. Chris picks the Bills, and I always have to pick whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
So no, but the reason why I asked is because that's. When I was a young lad, that's what I boiled it down to. I really sat down, as y'all know me, I probably did some ridiculous shit like this. And like, so y'all could believe it. But I really sat down at one point because like my dad is real big on fair weather fans being bitch ass niggas. Like he like that's his like main, like his main thing is once you start who your team. Like he got like, who's your team? Because if you don't have a team, don't talk shit about mine, bro. Because you're like a whore in these streets. You're just gonna hop around and find someone that's gonna let you have fun for the time. You know what I'm saying? And no one wants to dibble dabble in that. No, it's true. So like I sat down as a young lad and I was like, what teams, no matter what, like when I sit down and watch, I want them to beat everybody. Cowboys were one. The Mavericks were the other one. In college, I don't want Oklahoma to lose to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like if my mama built a team tomorrow, Oklahoma beating them niggas, square business. Like Oklahoma might be my favorite fucking team. Like it might be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know why I like the motherfucker so much, but I love that fucking football team. So like they're another one in Kansas in basketball. Like I've rooted against Indiana when they played Kansas. Like I love Kansas basketball. Don't ask me why. I like the red, white, and blue, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Love Indiana Hoosiers. Love it. Love them to death. But if you ask me Indiana versus Kansas, I'm picking Kansas over Duke. I'm picking Kansas over Indiana. I'm picking Kansas over Michigan State. Any team you've ever seen me love, like, bro, yeah. But you got to pick.
A better which would be this is that if I had a main and a side, I'll say the Saints on my main and take away the side.
Okay,
that works.
Because you're not gonna fuck your situation up with your main over your side.
Right.
But you always still got to get your side sometimes.
That nigga looking at it. That nigga Boogie looking at it like the Texans are listening to me right now. I don't feel right about it.
He just had an epiphany. He just had an epiphany.
Yeah.
No, but
that's how I look at it.
But as far as like how I view my Cowboys, like they for the streets, bro. Like I love the Cowboys. Like I love the Cowboys, but like nah, bro, y'all done let me down. The Cowboys are like the chick that go out and act crazy every weekend. You no matter what you tell her, no matter what you do, like you went to San Francisco and did it again, like again. You did this last year, but I'm gonna be with you. But I'm not gonna be with you in public like that. Like the people gonna know I fuck with you, but you're not gonna be like, I love you, but I can't. I'm not gonna die on that hill.
I always think with Cowboys, if they were like a woman, they'd just be like that crazy bitch that you just can't leave alone.
No, they're the chick that you just they're the chick that has everything that you want. Everything. Every dude wants her. She wants you. Like she in the mix. Everything is perfect. No. Listen. Everything is cool. Like she can cook. Like everything is dope. But she smoked Newports. She smoked Newports. She drink Bud Ice.
Hey, that ain't gonna work for me.
You a Bills fan, y'all? Yeah, that's like a bad chick that smoked Milwaukee Best. It's sexy, but you know, he had one good chance.
Wait, well, I know she ain't cheating. She might be ugly, but I know she ain't cheating.
The Cowboys is definitely cheating. The Cowboys going where the money goes.
Y'all owner look like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah,
he does. I love the Cowboys, but man.
They have some very faithful fan bases out there too.
No, the Cowboys are very faithful, but it's just like if you were to compare them, like you know what,
they give y'all black eyes. Y'all be in church praying for them,
bro. Ike Turner
praying that they change.
Yep.
we want a Super Bowl win. What'd you say? Why you walking around sad, Cowboys fans? That's a Jerry looking. Why you walking around sad? Because we ain't win shit. Shut the fuck up. We don't need to win.
Think about all the shit I done for you in the past.
Don't you see all this money we making? Jerry said, don't you see all this money we making?
Jerry Piven. Jerry said, telling you sweet nothings, nigga. Now get back on that track and make my money.
Yes, exactly. And we on this motherfucker. And we on this motherfucker. Go Cowboys!
On that track. hit that track one time.
We on that, big go Cowboys. Nigga, I got blue headphones, nigga. What the fuck? Hey, Jay. Hey. That's what start. Hey, nigga, hey, I'm sorry, but you know.
Jerry,
but hey, you know what? I say this all the time, and me and my homies joke, and I say, man, I'd rather be that than a fucking Jets fan. 1965. Yeah, your daddies didn't even have his dick wet at that time. Think about it. Your daddy didn't even, nigga. He was like 10, nigga. Like 10, nigga. Like, the Jets ain't won in so long, and then you expecting the dude to get you this dub at 40? Nigga, please.
I mean,
Sterling, I'm about to piss you off. Go Dolphins! Y'all got my Dolphins fucked up. We on it.
You know, I history's hindsight. The Bills got it right now, so I
can't really talk shit. Y'all gonna handle.
I'm chilling. Like they still need to get a Super Bowl.
The Jets, though.
But I'm chilling. I'm just waiting for it to unfold.
Just get ready. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am a noted Jets hater. I don't know why I don't fuck with them, but MESS because they a mess. Fuck right. Them. Hey, that's going down. Go Dolphins.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close it out here. That is our show for tonight. Again, tune in next week. Plug. We got our website launching. I think we'll have Chris's article up this week. And then we'll go ahead and we'll have articles by us, this Sunday, Chris says. Will be up this Sunday along with the other articles from us as well. And the show will be centered around the main piece, which will be the article Chris is providing. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to be talking about Sean McDermott and how much of a person he is,
yes.
And how he drowns puppies and how he doesn't deserve to live.
That's tough.
Yeah, so if you haven't, paid attention, Chris is not a fan.
Yeah. Let me leave y'all with this. If she lacks integrity, can't tell the truth, and doesn't look you in the eye, she's not for you, dog. It's for the streets.
That's what Russ said.
Oh yeah, and also rule number 1: there are no heroes. Save yourself.
Yeah, don't save these hoes. They don't want to be saved.
I mean, you can read into it however you want. That's to our lady listeners. Don't trust capes.
Yeah.
What did she say on Incredibles? No capes.
Yeah, no capes. All right, so hit that like and subscribe. As you can see, all the social media shit down here at the bottom. If you want to follow us, you can Sports Sushi, all one word. That's Twitter, Sushi. That's Instagram and Threads. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're on Threads now, aren't we, Russ? We're on Threads.
We on Threads. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. Follow us, nigga. TikTok. Yeah, if you don't follow us, Big 30 the truth.
Hit the
follow
bell.
me. I'll show you the right way.
Forgot to tell you to hit the bell, like and subscribe. Also, the gambling disclaimer.
My bad. At the end, let's go ahead and cap it off with this. If you have a problem with gambling, if you want to use your last bit of money, if you don't use your money for your kids, but you use it on your last bet, please call 1-800-GAMBLER, man. Get that shit under control. Gambling addiction is a serious, serious problem, not only in the United States, but across the world. So if you have any types of problems, go get help. If you don't have problems, count them hundreds like coupons. Let's go.
All right, peace.
Future's a go.